Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us for Stories, Success, and Stuff. We've got an abbreviated version for this week. Excited to tell you about some of the things that we're working on here at Siarza, but we wanted to kind of have a quick podcast to kind of discuss how we want to get to know you all better and open up the floor, for questions, remarks. Jace, what kind of questions or audience do you think is going to be sending in questions, or what are the things that you'd really love to answer in our Q&A for this week?
Oh my goodness. I've had folks be asked, like, can we send in personal questions that you guys can answer to help us in our business development, or being more authentic as a leader, how to show up as a whole person and wholly kick ass in your role. And I say yes to all of those things. I mean, we've covered everything on here from our wacky identity episode last week. Thank you all for coming along for that fun ride as we were in character, all the way from identity to motivation. Our imposter syndrome episode was a really big one. I know it's something a lot of folks deal with. We were talking about Mondays, which people really enjoy, and we've covered the gamut. We're going to continue doing so. So the questions that can come in are welcome to be of any nature, any appropriate nature that we can answer as people out in the world trying to do our best to be happy and successful as authentically as possible.
Absolutely. Some of the questions I love to answer are the origin story questions. Who doesn't love to talk about, a little bit about what they've gone through, sharing their story, seeing if a lesson can come out and help them in their lives. I always love I love answering the commonly asked questions, which is, how much is a marketing budget? How much should I be spending on social media? One of the great questions I get is, how do you start your own social media department? I love answering those questions. Even things like, how the heck do you set a company budget? What does starting a nonprofit look like? It can be operational questions. It can be questions like, how the hell does Spencer put up with you? Like that. Great questions to ask. Great questions to ask.
The answer is easily, and you're welcome, Spencer.
Yeah. I think he's not around right now. No, we're an open book. We've always been an open book. And thanks to all of our listeners saying, and recognizing us in public, just saying, hey, this is a great podcast where we can share stories about the beautiful challenges and crazy life that we both live. In fact, we're actually sharing a couple of our stories here pretty soon on November 17th. November 17th is actually a really big day for Siarza.
It's a huge day. We're going to be releasing the next podcast, which will indeed be answering the questions that get sent in, which you're welcome to do through our Instagram direct messages. You can go to siarza.com and our contact page and fill out the info form there as well. We're releasing this episode earlier in the week to give you a little more time to get those questions in. They'll need to be in by Sunday night, because we'll record in studio on Monday answering those questions. So through Instagram direct message or our contact page at siarza.com, I'll put those links in the description here as well. Any questions you can think of, keep in mind, we're a full service communications agency. We do everything from web development to digital marketing, traditional marketing, ad placements, all things in the advertising realm. We do PR, we do crisis communications, we do media relations, we do video and photography. If a business needs it, we do it. So if you have any questions in those realms, or for either or both of us personally and directly, or about the more stories side to all of this success stuff, those questions are welcome to come in by Sunday night at either of those options that we mentioned, because once we release that episode, there will be 3 very exciting things going on that Kristle's about to reveal to you.
About to toss over to those. So November 17th is actually Siarza's birthday. That was the day that we incorporated. I woke up at 4:00 in the morning saying to myself, this is going to be the start of a new life. So excited to share Siarza's birthday with everybody, which is also my birthday.
Why November 17th? What was going on that week, that day? What was it, a Monday? Was it a Wednesday? What was it? What do you remember about that day?
I remember already having 2 or 3 appointments out on my own. It was a really, really exciting day. I was up in Santa Fe when that day had happened. There was no particular reason why that date needed to be my date of starting the company. It was just, in 2014, it was a month after Balloon Fiesta, and I had wrapped up that work when I was the account executive for another firm. But I was just really glad to actually have the opportunity to be out on my own. So started it the way that my old owner started his, and the rest they say is history, which is really exciting. So yeah, no, November 17th was just a really significant day. That was also the day that I didn't understand how to get my business license and how to set up my CRS at the New Mexico State Tax and Rev. That was also the day that I started our bank account. Like, it was a really big day.
Okay.
It was a really big day. So this year, it's also really exciting. We get to share our stories collectively. We get to share our stories at the We Mean Business Conference, brought to you by or presented by San Diego Labs' Diverse W Business Program, Scale Up New Mexico, and the Arrowhead Center at the New Mexico State University. They have been incredibly kind in asking three big departments or three big things that we love to talk about, and two departments of Siarza. You've got to talk at 2:00 that day at the conference. Is that right?
I sure do.
Yeah.
I will be leading Marketing Failure 101, a guide for entrepreneurs. As a proud failure of two businesses, I've learned quite a bit from that side on how to totally sabotage yourself as an entrepreneur. And it's stuff I see all the time. When I did entrepreneurial consulting in Austin, I saw the same things all the time, and it drove me nuts because you'd have these people in front of you who are full of passion and ideas and energy, and they're looking to make a positive change in their community in some way. Most entrepreneurs have a big heart for something, and they want to make a positive impact on the world. And so here they are in front of you, and they're going to fail. Most entrepreneurs fail. Most small businesses fail. And it's not because people don't have great ideas or they don't have the energy to put into it. I mean, entrepreneurs work really, really, really hard. I know I've said it before, but if you have an entrepreneur in front of you that wants to work for you, hire them. They're going to be able to do everything. They're amazing people. And I just could pick out exactly which ones were going to fail. And so often it came down to marketing. So the fact that I'm giving a marketing talk at a professional conference is kind of hilarious to me, given how much I fought it for so long of my own entrepreneurial career. But I've learned a lot there, and then I've learned a lot on the other side as well on how to do it successfully. So my goal at the conference, we standing for Women Entrepreneurs Mean Business, it'll be an in-person local conference here in New Mexico, is to help some people maybe avoid some pitfalls that we often fall into as entrepreneurs, and have some legit practical guidance on things to do to help give an advantage for that idea or business to succeed. And we're going to do it in a totally non-judgmental way. Like I said, I have two failed businesses. I know what's up in that realm. I know how to fuck it up. And it's okay if other people are fucking it up too. We're going to figure that out together.
Yeah. And you're a phenomenal public speaker too. That's the exciting part about it. It's just like, so, when the conference had asked for you to present, I said, yes, sign me up. And what time is that show going to start? Because I want to be there for that. So I'm really excited to see you speak, which is great.
We're going to have fun. I insist on having fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah. 100%. Well, and
for
also,
my own sake.
Yeah. Well, and conferences can be really stuffy. So make the best out of it. Yeah, no. And I don't think this conference is going to be stuffy. In fact, they have Dr. Lanisha Adams starting at 9:30, I believe. A colleague of mine and I are actually going to be doing a really exciting fireside chat. She's really the star of the show, and I'm there kind of complimenting her on her story. Amazing consultant by the name of Vanessa Rowanhorse Consulting. And she also founded Native Women Lead, which is an incredible program for women and female entrepreneurs that are Native American. And so we were starting to plan out this fireside chat, and we're just going to talk about how there's a lot of systematic barriers that we run up against. Like, she's an expert when it comes to financial equity, and I've learned so much from her. But women don't even think about financial equity as a reasoning behind some of the barriers that they face, or generational barriers, from the fact that there is such a thing as old money and new money. There is such a thing as generational trauma that plays a part in business. And so we'll talk about those types of topics here at the conference. And so that's going to be the lunchtime topic. And then a fun panel that we were...
Real quick, I've had multiple people ask me, will there actually be a fire?
No, sorry. I don't think the hotel will let us.
There'll be a podium side chat, or maybe you can get a screen with the fire going in the background.
Couch chat. I think that's applicable to talk about. Couch potato chats. No, the final one at 4:00 is actually going to be our internship and mentorship panel, and I'm excited because it'll be a hybrid, both workshop and panel presentation. So it'll be 10 minutes kind of talking about how to create your own internship program as a small business or small business owner. It doesn't matter how big or small you might be, you very much can create an internship or an internship-like culture. We're also going to talk about how the impact of a mentor and mentee relationship actually plays a part of success in business. And so we'll actually have almost, as you put it, Jace, 4 generations of Siarza in the room, which is super cool. We'll have myself kind of doing this is what an internship panel looks like, or internship process looks like. And then we're going to have Downey from our team, Director of Client Services, talking about what clients, or what it meant, what it looked like behind the scenes for us to create a mentor-mentee program in relationship and culture. And then we're going to have her mentee, which was Marissa Graham. Marissa Graham's going to be in the room, and Marissa is going to be talking about what it's like to be in the middle, both in charge of our internship program, but also being mentored by Danielle. And then we'll have Julia. Julia's our newest team member. She just got promoted to account executive, and she's going to be in the room talking about what it's like to be a mentee and what that progression really looks like among the 3 of them. So we're really excited to have our entire team there, and especially on Siarza's birthday. What a fun little roundabout.
And what are the chances of that? To think back to 2014, when you're like, how the hell do I set this up? And I think we're going to probably need a bank account, and to going to being asked to do multiple talks at a big conference because your company has reached a status of expertise and done so in a way that others admire. 9 years isn't that long for that to be accomplished. I know a lot has happened in between, but I love when things wrap up with a nice bow. And so the fact that you went from, being a super small, just yourself, and then 3 of you to start company, to now you have 4 generations on the same stage, this like super cute little family situation, which I love, all within 9 years.
Yeah. Well, and
super
it's
cool.
Also,
I love that it's on our birthday.
I appreciate it too. And also it also is a great circle of life for you. That's my Lion King reference for today.
I was like, am I about to die?
No. There's no Mufasa pushing off the cliff. That's not what we're doing here. But, to kind of wrap up this mini version of Stories of Success and stuff, I think what's really great about having you on board too is talking about your failures and successes, right? You've seen successes with other business owners. You've seen what will be successful, and how this will play a major part of, like, you joined a company so that way you could spread the good word of what it takes to actually be successful as an entrepreneur. And I'm excited to see that happen. So really looking forward to having you join us in the conference as well. It's a big girl squad. Like, it's great. I love it. I'm super excited about it. But that wraps up our mini version of Story Success and Stuff for today. Please don't forget to send in your questions on your favorite social media channel or at siarza.com through our contact us page. Send us a question. Tell us what you want to hear for next week's episode. And most importantly, thank you, Jace, for being here today. If you haven't subscribed to our podcast on your favorite social channel, don't forget to do that. Hit the subscribe button. And most importantly, don't forget to sign up for our email newsletter or any updates on Story Success and Stuff at siarza.com. Thank you, Jace. We'll see you soon. Have a good one.